magnificent at the best of times, but right now it looks stunning this evening.
It really does, Steve. I've done a few of these stories when they have their Christmas light display. It looks spectacular as always. I just quickly want to show you the outside of the building first and foremost, because that, of course, is the very first thing that visitors will see, and they're expecting around 3,000 people to come through the doors tonight. It is a brilliant light show projected onto the front of the building, showing the 12 days of Christmas spot, which of the 12 days is being shown right now. And this is, of course, the one of, if not the busiest times of year for the cathedral, as you can well imagine. And I'm joined by the Dean, Jan Karn. Thank you very much for joining us this evening. First of all, just tell us what you've got going on here over the next few days.
Well, you're seeing the light show now, which is going to go on Saturday and Sunday as well. And then, of course, we turn our faces really towards Christmas Day, and all the great carol services, midnight mass. Anyone who looks on the website will see wonderful things that they can come and join us.
Fabulous. Now this year, 2024, it has for a lot of people been a difficult year. We've had the cost of living crisis, overseas conflicts. Here in the Midlands we've had storms, we've had flooding. But this time of year is very much a time of hope, isn't it?
It most certainly is. And right at the heart of the Christmas story is a message of hope. And the God who actually brings light into darkness and hope out of despair.
Amen.
And so people have come here to this incredible cathedral.
Bloody hell, 25 hours.
And they've been encouraged and strengthened to make
The whole
the
day.
world a much better place.
And speaking of people making the world a better place, there are so many people who have been giving their time, their energy, their money to help others. What can you tell us about the importance of giving at this time of year?
Well, again, the Christmas story is about the God who gives his son to us because he loves us so much. And in recognition of that, we give each other gifts. But even better, we can give ourselves, and we can not give into despair. We can say, no, actually, we have the power to work together, inspired by what God's done for us, to really build a much better place for us.
That is an incredibly uplifting message. Thank you very much for joining us this evening. You know what? Surrounded by the Christmas lights, the music, whatever else is happening in the world right now, I really am starting to feel very, very festive indeed.
I'm not surprised, Charlotte. We can see the lights are mesmerising, but we can also hear the dulcet tones of a lovely choir, I think.
That's right, you can. Now, if I can just get my cameraman to turn down here. The first few visitors have started to come through the door, but there is a choir entertaining them as they come through. Tonight it's the Ward Street Church Choir, giving people a lovely show of some traditional Christmas carols as they come in. Now, if I can just get you to come with me here, I'll get my cameraman to follow me. Oh, I'm ever so sorry, I don't want to trip over you there. We're just going to go around the corner because one of the other things going on today is the Christmas Tree Festival. There are 55 Christmas trees just down here, decorated and sponsored by local businesses, local charities, raising money and raising awareness and celebrating Christmas. Now, right at the end of this alley, which you can't see because there are so many visitors already through the door, is the nativity scene too. And that, of course, is the real meaning of Christmas, celebrating the birth of Jesus.
Amen.
But also, there is a message of togetherness, a message of hope, and that, I think, is a really lovely way to kick off the final countdown to Christmas Day.
Certainly is. Charlotte, thank you very much.
Well, that set us off nicely, didn't it? Let's go to a story now highlighting the true gift of giving to others. The Sikh community at the Gurdwara Baba Budberg Singhji in Coventry have made it their mission to ensure families in Coventry and Warwickshire can enjoy Christmas this year.
Yes, since the summer, they've been working with schools and family centres to make sure no one goes without food or presents. Lucy Capassi went to see the project in action.
At this Gurdwara, they've been planning for Christmas since September and wrapping for weeks. Their mission to give families across Coventry and Warwickshire who wouldn't have had much in the way of Christmas treats, presents to open and festive food to put on the table.
Christmas is a time where, it's joyful and full of happiness, but it's also a time where people feel most lonely, people feel that financial stress. And our founder's mission is to actually send that bit of joy and happiness to all those houses. So we're impacting around 2,000 people.
Delivery day starts with a blessing. Then it's time to fill the van. Their first stop is St Paul's Primary School in Nuneaton. They receive a very warm welcome.
Christian.
I think it's really amazing that we at our school have lots of Christmas celebrations, like the carols round the tree and doing all different types of crafting and stuff in the afternoons near Christmas, and that children who don't really get to celebrate Christmas can wake up to tons of presents underneath their tree.
I think it was very good and kind and generous, because they spent their time, they've been doing this since September, organising everything just so that other people can smile.
The head teacher will be handing the gifts and food out later to parents whose families most need the support.
They're absolutely overwhelmed and they are so grateful, and I think there's some lack of belief that people are doing this for them, that people are that kind and that generous, and it just makes people's Christmases, because that worry has disappeared. They don't need to worry. It's about feeling loved.
Oh, do you want to
Yes, Merry Christmas indeed. Now for many, Christmas is a time to wind down, but one cafe in Birmingham has been busier than ever. Staff at Cat's Cafe in Druids Heath are cooking and delivering Christmas dinners to those who might otherwise miss out.
Well, customers say Cat's generosity has inspired the whole community. Our reporter Avni has joined Cat, and she's there now as they're preparing meals. Just seeing that food being prepared, it's making me very hungry, Rav.
I can watch it afterwards.
Steve, it's making you very hungry as well. Anything you want in a Christmas meal is here in these boxes. Have a look closer.
What do you want,
so you've got your meat, you've got your mash, your veg, your potatoes, and my favourite, the stuffing and the Yorkshire puds. Now these boxes are made for people in the community who may struggle to make a meal for Christmas Day, who may be struggling with money, or maybe feeling lonely. And here at Cat's Cafe, they are making loads for everyone in the community who really wants them. Now I'm going to stop lovely Larissa here, who's been making them for a few hours. Larissa, what happens after these meals are boxed up?
The customers come out and they deliver the food to different locations.
What do you want with?
We then put instructions on the front of them saying that you can put them in the fridge to defrost, and then take them out in the morning and put them in the oven for 45 minutes and plate them up and put them in the microwave.
So really helpful for anyone who just needs a little bit of help on that day.
Yeah, it's just so that we can get together and help people that can't afford or don't have a family that can help them with Christmas. So it's nice to give back to people.
And what's your favourite thing about working here at Cat's Cafe?
I think it's just how much is involved with the community. Like before, there's not really much out there for the community, so how involved the cafe is, I think it's really nice that everybody else gets involved.
Brilliant, thanks so much for stopping. We'll leave you to make some more. It's called Cat's Cafe. She's a brainchild of this. Let's go and find Kath. Where is she? Hello, Kath. Kath, you've been very busy.
Custard.
Tell me a bit more about how this came about.
Basically, it was like 4 years ago. We had one of our customers come in. She got an elderly mum who's and she wanted to know if we could put up some Christmas dinners because it was a bit too much for her to do. And we said, yeah, why not?
Yeah. And it's not just meals, is it? There's a bit extra pizzazz to it.
There is, yeah. We put in, like, we give a little box of chocolates, a little bottle of wine, some gifts and that. But the old people, we tend to give blankets, gloves and stuff like that, and the young kids get gifts and presents too.
And your day hasn't ended, you've still got stuff to do.
Oh yeah, it's just begun. I'm here all night.
Well, I'm going to leave you to do that. Thank you so much, Kath. They're going to be busy making these up until Christmas Eve, delivering them just for something special for people to have here. Make sure they have a nice meal on Christmas Day.
Oh, looks like they're doing a really great job there, Ralph. Thank you very much indeed. Well, there's plenty of festive cheers still to come here on ITV News Central, including... the magnificently festive sounds of an all-girls school choir in Stratford.
But before that, Des is here. The question is, Des, are we going to have a white Christmas?
Gosh, Sam, if I had a penny for every time someone asked me that, crikey, you know. But we have had 5 white Christmases since 2000, so we are due one. I'll let you know later in the programme. I think we should pop over to Mark, to Goffey, see where Goffey's. Wow, look at that Beautiful tree. See all those, like, Mark, it begs the question, how many Mark Goths did it take to screw in a light bulb?
Oh,
Although I'm just going to count, I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think one of the green ones has gone. I'll have to get a cherry picker out later. But have you seen the size of this thing? 50 feet tall. You'll never get that in the lounge, would you?
Second grade, want to put a mashed potato?
Now though, love them or loathe them, Christmas jumpers are a staple trend every festive season, and thousands are made in the UK every year. One factory in the Midlands has been knitting them for around 14 years.
I feel you had one on earlier today. They make up around 25% of all their knitwear production, selling to customers including Google, and even making personalised festive knits for the Houses of Parliament shop. Lois Swinnerton went to visit them.
Whether you're a fan of reindeer, penguins, or even a turkey dinner, there's sure to be a Christmas jumper out there for you. Admittedly, they're not for everyone, but there's no denying they've exploded in popularity over the last decade. Here at this factory in Leicester, it's like Santa's very own workshop all year round, with seasonal sweaters in production from January to December. The family-run business has been making knitwear in the city for 36 years, and along the way they branched into the festive market.
We saw in 2020 a little bit of a trend for Christmas jumpers starting to come up. The trend came from the US, and they seem to be getting a little bit more and more popular. We thought, you know what, why don't we start? So we designed 10 jumpers in about the space of 2 weeks. We started a website, and we ended up selling about 3,000 units in our first year.
Since then, they've made almost 250,000 festive jumpers.
It's here on the factory floor where the designs are brought to life. They're made in different parts in these huge knitting machines. I've got a sleeve here, just one of the many parts of the jumpers, and if you follow me through here, after coming out of these machines, they come right here into the pressing section where they're all pressed down before they head over to a different area where they're all sewn together into the finished product.
And once they're ready, it's off to quality control. Nina's been working here for almost 25 years.
It's such a lovely family business. Great people, lovely to work for, and I can't fault them.
And tell me a bit about what you're doing here. You're quality control, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm just now checking them over and then putting them into bags, putting a sticker on, and then they're ready to go to the customer.
Nina's one of around 35 members of staff here. They're all highly skilled, but in order to protect the craft for the future, they're keen to attract more youngsters onto the factory floor.
It's very hard to replace the skills. Sewing's a skill, knitting is a skill, programming is a skill. So we do need young people coming to the industry, otherwise there'll be nothing left. And I think in the knitwear trade, there's a handful of knitwear factories left in the UK.
Despite the decline in trade here in the UK, demand for Christmas knitwear still remains, and at this factory, sustainability is at the heart of production.
For our Christmas jumpers, the main fabric we use it's made from a mixture of blended recycled cotton and crushed up plastic bottles to create recycled polyester. It's a blend of the two of them, and by using this instead of pure virgin cotton, we're saving about 2,700 litres of water per jumper.
And with next year's creations already making it to the production line, it's all hands on deck here. Let's hope there's time for a break and a Christmas dinner or two. Lois Swinnerton, ITV News in Leicester.
Now, a quiet street in the village of Inkbarrow in Worcestershire is beaming with light at this time of year because of one of the couple's incredible Christmas trees. It's amazing. Avril and Chris Rowlands bought a tiny fir tree from their local garden centre back in 1979.
46 years on, they could never have predicted the impact that humble tree has had. It's now 50 feet tall, draws in crowds from across the country, and has helped them raise thousands of pounds for charity. Well, Mark Goff is there for us now. Mark, I have to say, it is a sight to behold, isn't it?
Yeah, welcome to lovely, sparkly, Christmassy Inkbarrow. Thanks to this tree, look at the size of it, 50 feet. It's been growing for what, about 47 years, I think now. And you're right, it was the idea of Avril and Chris. Roland's Avril's here. Chris is getting over a chest infection. Shelter in the warm for a bit. What was the original idea then for planting in the garden? Did you not want a Christmas tree in the house?
There are two.
We did have a Christmas tree.
So you normally two.
Yeah.
Yes, but we wanted a Christmas tree in the garden
we can put it up,
because
we
when
can
we moved here from London,
Okay.
we liked the fact that the village had no street lights.
Okay.
We moved in November and the post office had a little tree outside with half a dozen lights. So we thought, oh yeah, we're at the bottom of the hill, it'd be nice to plant a little tree. So we bought one from a garden centre. It was never in the house, planted it, put the half a dozen lights on, and
it's amazing. Yeah, we've just seen some drone pictures of it. Yeah, it's incredible. And can we go and have a look? Actually, let's just take a bit of a wander, see if we can go and see in the middle of the tree. And so, when did you decide to put it outside? And when was it? It was too big to go back in the house, though, wasn't it? You were going to the middle of the tree here.
Yes, of course.
So when did you decide to plant it out and let it live here permanently?
Well, we never had it inside the house at all.
Right.
It was, we brought it back on the top of my mini traveller estate.
But that was a sight.
Planted it, yes, put a few lights on, and that was it. And then put more and more lights on, and over the years it's grown. And when it got too big for us to put the lights on, a friend's got a cherry picker, so he comes and he puts the lights on the top, and then bless him, he takes the lights off again after Christmas.
What if a bulb goes? Does he come and fix that as well?
No, we don't do that.
You don't do that?
No, we don't do that.
Just look at me now.
Yeah, sure.
You don't need any Christmas techies, do you? Because you know the lovely pine cones.
Aren't they?
And if Alex, our camera operator, just watch your step here, Alex. If you can go to the centre, it's such a pretty sight up there. And you've raised more than £25,000 for charity because you get collection buckets out here.
Yes, we've raised more than 25,000 for different charities because we feel there's so many worthwhile charities that we like to choose a different one each year.
Well, it's amazing. I would offer to come and help you take the lights off after Christmas, but I'm a bit busy. Yeah. Thanks, Avril. Thanks ever so much. Looks great, doesn't it?
It does, Mark. I think we can free you up to help with that lighting of the tree. Don't you worry about that.
Get your ladder out.
I have to say though, lots of us have got tree envy now, and lots of you have been in touch with some of your wonderful pictures of your Christmas trees. So let's take a look at some of those now, shall we? We start with Sarah Lawton from Wensfield in Wolverhampton, who sent this colourful display of her tree wrapped in red and golden tinsel, and she's wishing everyone a very happy Christmas.
And
That's well decorated.
Well decorated and far more suitable for fitting in your house than the one we've just seen with Mark. Meanwhile, Tara Willenhall said she needed a bit of sun in her living room, so sunflowers it was. Well, I've never seen a Christmas tree like that.
I like that. That is fun, isn't it? A kaleidoscope of colour. Lights are beaming from Susan Wotton's living room in Leek in Staffordshire. I mean, this is well lit, definitely.
I love the multicolours. Suzanne from Shrewsbury in Shropshire also sent us this colourful display. Shining brightly, you can see it reflecting in the glass in the doors. I bet that looks amazing from outside, you know, just glancing in.
And you'll like this one. This is from Sue from Aylesbury, and she sent this in as a festive alternative. I said it was made by her grandson because she never puts one up, so absolutely perfect, isn't it? Thank you to everybody who sent their pictures.
I rather like that. Des is here with the weather. Des, we've talked about a lot of giving this Christmas. Is Mother Nature in a mood to give kindly over the Christmas period?
I hope so. I really do hope so, because there's nothing I like better than that picture postcard scene where snow covers everything. You know what I love doing? Diving in and just making those snow angels. You know, if you did the same, Steve, it'd be a snow devil. That's what it would be. But
that's no giant.
But Sam, you make a snow angel as well.
Little angel, yeah.
Yeah. But the question is, are we going to see a white Christmas? What does it take to make a white Christmas? And do people enjoy a white Christmas? That's why we went out and asked those questions. Take a look at this.
Ooh, nice.
It's as much a part of Christmas as Santa, tinsel and chestnuts roasting by an open fire. So, when it comes to the big day itself, it's always in high demand.
I'm dreaming of a white Christmas.
No, thank you.
A white Christmas would be great, you know, makes it very decorative, very pretty. We recently went to an event where they got artificial snow, and it was lovely. Great for photographs and so on with your family and what have you. Yeah.
It does look so pure when it's white and Christmassy, and it feels like Christmas then, but I can't see it snowing this year.
I think it's snow, all the snow, and it always feels more festive that way, absolutely. Definitely a lot more, people are a lot more happy.
I don't think it's snow, but if there is snow, I enjoy it. I'm a snowman and enjoy it.
Now, you may be one of the many dreaming of waking up on Christmas Day to glistening streets covered in snow with snowmen aplenty and kids happily sledging. Although that perfect festive scene is actually pretty rare. Officially, it doesn't take that much snow to be a white Christmas.
Definition of a white Christmas from the Met Office is just one single snowflake falling somewhere in the UK within the 24 hours of Christmas Day, the 25th of December, but it has to fall at an observing site, so it has to be observed by a Met Office person or an automatic weather station within that 24 hours, and then we can declare a white Christmas for the UK.
So just one flake of snow makes it an official white Christmas, which happened last year as 11% of stations reported snow falling. Unfortunately, it didn't settle. That means that picture-perfect Dickensian feel, that widespread look of snow right across the valleys, didn't happen. For that, we have to go all the way back to 2010. Back then, snow was seen at 83% of weather stations, the highest amount ever recorded. The Met Office call it an extremely unusual white Christmas. Here in the central region, the last official white Christmas, a flake of snow on Christmas Day, was all the way back in 2010 in Pershore and Bromyard. There are still a few days to go until the big day itself, so there's always a chance of snow falling. But whatever the weather, we hope your Christmas is merry and bright.
So, Des.
Yes.
What's the chances then? I mean, you say a few days to go, but not likely, is it really?
It's one of those. It's not. You keep dreaming, keep wishing. Hasn't the programme been fantastic? I feel very Christmassy. I want to go and give this dream.
You know what, this is
Push it on,
changing the subject because he can't give you a white Christmas, isn't it?
Distraction techniques.
Well, we'll find out more when I do the forecast. Why not? Okay, let's go to our forecast just after this.
ITV Central Weather is sponsored by Optimus, the renewable energy company.
Well, I certainly hope you enjoyed your weather story today. Friday the 20th of December, a couple of isolated showers, and it was fairly mild. In fact, we keep those respectable temperatures as we head towards the weekend, but we've got to take into account the strength of wind. Let's take a look at a couple of photos that you sent in. This one's by Sergey. Thank you very much indeed. Beautiful skies there. This next one, as you can see, has been sent in by Ian. But like I say, it is the winds that are really the teller when it comes to our weather story. On Saturday, they are quite blustery. Look how tight these isobars are. This cold front introduces a fair amount of rain to begin with in the morning. Add on to the strength of those winds, blustery showers is what we've got. Towards the back end of Saturday, those showers continue, but they do start to fragment. We'll start seeing a bit more in the way of sunshine as well. Then we see this high pressure and low pressure allowing those isobars to really be squeezed together. Wind strengths in excess of 50 miles an hour. It's a better day all in all, less in the way of showers, but because of the strength of wind, it has led the Met Office to issue a weather warning. Those wind strengths, like say 50, 60, and on exposed areas, we could even see up to around 65. So as you do head into the overnight story, clear spells to begin with, that means we're going to see an early minimum.
So we have to be careful. Strong wind, it could be in other places, really strong wind.
So dipping down to around 4 degrees. Waking up tomorrow morning, we're going to cloudy and then start, like say, by the time we get into the afternoon, showers continue, but more in the way of brighter skies. Enjoy.
You can't do this, babe. I'll pick this. I'm cool. Is he? How's Flo?
Talked a lot about the big day. Key question, are you ready for it?
More or less. Is that Des and I are working
Oh,
until
I'm so
Christmas
sorry.
Eve, aren't
Yes, we certainly are.
Well,
So you
glad
are.
to have you. I'm off from today.
Well, finally tonight, we are going to leave you with the lovely sounds of Stratford Girls Grammar School Chamber Choir They're conducted by their head of music, who is Louise Burdett, and they are accompanied by their pianist, who is Lauren.
Yeah, well, the girls are aged between 11 and 17, and we think they sound
I
absolutely
had fluff in my
fabulous. So
hair.
enjoy their version
No,
of
I'm
the
the-
Christmas song.
Oh, it might be from
Or you
your,
may know it as, well, I'll tell you
your
what,
new
Desmo.
Mel Torme's chestnuts
Stop
racing by the go to the fire.
You've got it in one, yeah. For all the team here, have a very Merry Christmas.
Merry, Merry Christmas, Central News.
Through the year we've waited for spring and fall, to hear silver bells ringing and winter time bringing the happiest season of all. Chestnuts roasting on an open fire, Jack Frost nipping at your nose, Yuletide carols being sung by a choir, and folks dressed up like Eskimos. So everybody knows the turkey
Staffordshire.
and mistletoe help to make the season bright. Tiny tots with their eyes will find it hard to sleep tonight. They know that Santa's on his way. He's loaded lots of toys and goodies on his sleigh. And every mother's child is gonna spy to see if reindeer really know how to fly. And so we're offering this simple phrase to kids from 1 to 92. Although it's been said many times, many ways, Merry Christmas to you.
No, Merry Christmas to the teddy bears, huh? A Merry Christmas from all from the Central ITV